All right, so we are going to do our lab today, and it's not going to be quite as cool because you're not here, but I bet you have some of these things at home, and if you wanted to, you could get them and test them out while we're going here. But if you don't, that's totally fine. We can use mine and just talk about them in the video. It's okay. So each one of these items, you're going to have to tell me some certain things about them. So the first one we're going to look at is a hairdryer, okay? Now the first thing I want to know about a hairdryer is what is its energy source? Where does the energy come from? Well, with a hairdryers are plugged in, so we know the energy source is electricity. We know that because it's plugged in. Anything that you have to plug into the wall, the energy source is going to be electricity. So, answer that question, what is the energy source for a hairdryer? It's electricity, okay? Next, we want to know what is the energy receiver? And this right here, we start from the wall. What is going to receive the energy? Well, a hairdryer is going to receive the energy, right? That was pretty easy, okay? Next, we want to know what are the energy transformation observed? So, when we have a hairdryer, what happens to the energy? We already know it starts from the outlet here, and it's electrical, so we start from electrical. Well, what does that turn into? What does it transfer to? Are you ready? Okay, so the energy is blowing here. It's pretty loud, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay, when we turn it on, that electrical energy starts transferring into different things. So I can still feel the heat right here coming out. If you've ever had a hairdryer, you know that the heat that comes out, or I'm sorry, the air that comes out is hot. So some of that electrical energy is being transferred into heat, okay? We can also hear it. It's pretty loud, so we're turning into sound energy as well. So far, we started with electric, it turned into sound and thermal. It also turned into mechanical, and you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but if you have a hairdryer at home and you look inside there, don't take it apart, just look. There's a fan in there. And whenever you turn it on, that fan starts spinning, and that's why the air blows out. So we also have mechanical energy in a hairdryer. So that's the 4 different things that electrical energy transfers into. We start with electrical, we turn into sound energy, we turn into thermal energy, we turn into mechanical energy. So, here you go, okay? What is the evidence, though, for this transformation, okay? What's the evidence for the sound? Well, we can hear it. What's the evidence for the thermal? We feel the heat when it comes out. What's the evidence for the mechanical? Well, we can also, y'all can see it. We can see or feel the air as it moves out of there. So we know that there's mechanical with the fan pushing that air out, okay? Does that kind of make sense? Those are the questions that we're going to answer in this lab. We're going to figure out the energy source, what type of energy it is, the energy receiver, the energy transformations observed, and the evidence of transformation. So that was the hairdryer. That's the first one. The second one we're going to look at is the battery-powered fan, or I have a battery-powered toy here, okay? So I showed you a little bit of this the other day. What would this battery-operated toy, what does the energy start from? Where's its source? Well, it's a battery. The battery's the source, right? Well, what type of energy is in a battery? Chemical energy, good. So our chemical energy gives its energy into what? Into the toy itself. So the battery, the energy source is the battery, the form of energy in the battery is chemical energy, and the energy receiver is the toy. Okay? So what type of energy transformations do we see here? Let me get it a little bit closer to you. So when I push the button right here, you see what happens there? So these lights come on, and this little thing on the inside starts spinning around, okay? And then I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to be real quiet for a second, okay? Can you hear that? It's kind of making like a little vibrating noise. I don't know. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Let's see what's next, okay? So we need the energy transformations observed. We said already that we start with a battery and chemical energy. That gets transferred into what else? Well, we saw those lights come on, so we've got some radiant energy. We heard the sound, So that's some sound energy. And that we also have some electrical energy because the battery turns into electrical energy to help all this happen, right? And then, y'all see that thing spinning around in there? That's mechanical energy. So we start with chemical, turns into electrical. That electrical turns into sound because we can hear it. Turns into radiant because we can see the little lights turn on. And it turns into mechanical because the thing starts spinning around. That's all of our evidence for all these different types of transformations, kind of all together, okay? All right, the next one we're going to talk about over here is this lamp, okay? Y'all see my lamp? Get it to come on. Okay, it's pretty bright. It's a bright little lamp. Okay, so we've got our lamp. We need to know the energy source of that lamp. And you can see right here that it's plugged into the wall, so our energy source is going to be the electrical outlet. That electrical outlet is what type of energy comes out of here? Electricity. So the type of energy is electricity. What's the energy receiver here? It's the lamp. The lamp is what gets the electrical energy, right? Okay. What type of energy transformations do we see here? So the first one, we start with electrical. So we're going to put electrical down, okay? What does that electrical energy turn into? Well, light energy. We can see it coming right there. So we've got light energy or radiant energy, same thing, okay? And also, man, I can feel that heat right there. And it hasn't even been turned on for very long. But I can feel it's warm enough that I don't want to touch that bulb. I feel like if I did, it would be too hot on my little hands. So, electrical energy from the outlet turns into radiant energy. We know that. That's evidence because we can see the light. It also turns into thermal energy. We know that because I can feel the heat. If you want to feel the heat on a lamp at your house, that's fine. But remember, don't actually touch it with your hands because I don't want you to burn yourself. Okay? There we go. That is the first 3 on this lab. I'm going to pause right now. And I'll probably end up having to make another video so that I can move my camera down the other way because I've got all the rest of these all set up down here too. All right, y'all keep going. Don't give up on me. I'll see you in a minute.